Everything that is explained in this video is summarized from CoinMarketCap. And also, please don't forget to support my channel for more XRP Wire SAP updates and some other cryptocurrencies as a whole. Now take a look at this. Ripple versus SEC recent updates on settlement date revealed. Ripple versus SEC. And like, so there's someone that date revealed the blockchain payments company Ripple Labs in the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, MESC, and have been engaged in a protracted legal struggle for a very long time. In March, the SEC and Ripple Labs Inc. held a settlement conference, which has led to anticipation that final settlement negotiations may take place in the coming days, as per an earlier order issued by Judge Torres. Ripple Labs will also submit its answer to the SEC's request for a final judgment and roughly $2 in fines on April 22. This will be done in response to the government agency's request. The XRP lawsuit and the Army will both be under a great deal of pressure this month. The SEC and Ripple are going to meet next week. A final pretrial conference between the United States Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple Labs is scheduled to take place on April 16, according to the proceeding calendar for the week beginning April 15. On the other hand, the courtroom detail is displayed as TBD. This may indicate that the settlement conference that took place on March 29 was the last meeting between the parties, or that final settlement talks are still not being considered. Picture experts believe that Ripple and the SEC could settle on the institutional sales of XRP with fewer penalties, even though the issues were dismissed after the SEC dropped charges against CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Executive Chairman Chris Larsen. In the meantime, the Securities and Exchange Commission is attempting to obtain a final judgment against Ripple, disgorgement and prejudgment, as well as civil fines totaling over $2 billion are included in this. Permanent injunctions are also included in response. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderati criticized the Securities and Exchange Commission and stated that they would expose the regulator in a file that made on April 22. On the other hand, the recent meeting that took place behind closed doors on April 11 by the Securities and Exchange Commission, Ripple's delayed XRP unlocks from escrow, and Ashley Prosper's reasoning that the Ripple vs. SEC litigation is probably concluded, sparked additional discussion regarding the possibility of a settlement. For additional reading, check out Eigenlayer Crypto's biggest project of the year, which eliminates LS caps and unpauses restaking deposit, providing clarity regarding secondary sales of XRP and investment contract. According to an opinion issued by the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, Coinbase was successful in challenging the notion that transactions involving cryptocurrencies on the secondary market do not constitute securities. The decision that programmatic buyers stood in the same shoes as a secondary market purchaser was made by Judge Torres in response to this, which offered more basis for his decision regarding the secondary market sales of XRP. In the action brought by the Securities and Exchange Commission, said Coinbase has submitted an interlocutory appeal to the same court of the Second Circuit, requesting clarification on whether or not an investment contract involves something contractual. In addition, the appeal that the SEC filed in the Aaron Galvo case was denied by the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, which gave rise to optimism for Ripple's potential victory over the SEC. Because this matter is of utmost importance to our sector, we are requesting that it be filed for appeal earlier than usual. The action taken by the SEC against us and other companies that deal in digital assets goes well beyond the legal authority allowed by Congress and casts an unfair shadow over the innovation of digital assets in the United States, according to Paul Grewal, the chief legal officer of Coinbase. Bill Morgan, an attorney who supports XRP, stated that if Coinbase is unsuccessful in its appeal, it might potentially strengthen the position of the SEC in the XR programmatic sales complaint. Coinbase is requesting clarification from the court over the term of investment contract in the SEC complaint. The appeal may have an impact on the regulation of cryptocurrencies in the United States. The regulatory position of Coinbase has been strengthened by a recent court victory regarding a significant legal matter that is now being litigated with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Coinbase has requested that an immediate initial appellate review be conducted to expedite the settlement of the case about what constitutes an investment contract about the cryptocurrency transactions. The cryptocurrency exchange filed a request for clarification with the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York. Mr. Paul Grewal, chief legal officer of Coinbase, announced on April 12th, highlighting the importance of obtaining judicial direction regarding the question of whether or not the absence of post-sale duties can still be considered an investment contract under the laws of the United States, while the Securities and Exchange Commission cautioned that such requirements are not required for the definition of an investment contract. Coinbase asserts that such obligations are vital. Today, Coinbase submitted a brief to the court requesting permission to seek an interlocutory appeal in our stroke case about this controlling question. Whether or not an investment contract requires something contractual, we believe that it does, but the SEC disagrees. The decision to file a motion for an interlocutory appeal was made not long after the court rejected the SEC's request to dismiss the action against Coinbase. A charge of operating as an unlicensed exchange, broker, and clearing agency has been brought against the exchange by the respective agency. Should the court decide to accept the appeal, it has the potential to significantly alter the course of the action, perhaps settling significant claims against Coinbase that are dependent on this particular reading of the law. Furthermore, the consequences of this legal matter extend beyond Coinbase, and they have the potential to have an effect on the whole Bitcoin business in the United States. Gruhl emphasized the wider significance of this matter, adding that the conclusion has the potential to clear away a cloud of uncertainty that has been looming over the creation of digital assets in the United States. Considering that the appeal was submitted only 17 days after the dismissal petition was rejected, it is clear that Coinbase is determined to obtain clarity as quickly as possible. This legal move comes just a short time after Coinbase was successful in obtaining a favorable verdict from the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit on April 6th. An important victory for Coinbase amid its broader regulatory issues was achieved when the court ruled that the sale of cryptocurrencies on the secondary market through Coinbase's platform did not violate the Securities Exchange Act. Riplex has announced the launch of a native lending protocol for the XRP ledger. This protocol is designed to improve decentralized finance by making direct lending easier to do. In the most recent upgrade to the XRP ledger, methods for direct borrowing and lending have been included. These mechanisms eliminate the need for traditional financial intermediaries. Through the use of cutting-edge and open-source financial instruments, the new lending protocol the XRP ledger has developed intends to expand access to financial services and improve efficiency. According to a recent release made by Riplex, developers Anshul Malhotra and Vito Tumas have proposed a revolutionary native lending protocol on the XRP ledger to bring about a change in the landscape of decentralized finance today. The disclosure of this information corresponds with a discernible decline in the market value of XRP, which has experienced a dip of 10.8 over the previous 24 hours, falling to 5,457 cents, as confirmed by the most recent financial reports. Through the use of the XRP ledger, the native lending protocol that was created intends to abolish the requirement for traditional financial intermediaries by making it possible to engage in direct borrowing and lending. This protocol utilizes a modular architecture that emphasizes adaptability and reusability, making it suitable for developers who are interested in embedding lending features into decentralized apps.